The fog rolled in off the bay like a slow-motion avalanche, swallowing the Golden Gate whole and turning the hills of San Francisco into a watercolor blur at 3:17 a.m. The only light in the Presidio Heights penthouse came from Elena Vasquez's triple monitor rig, a cold surgical glow that carved her face into sharp planes of cheekbone and resolve. She hadn't slept in 43 hours. The espresso machine hissed like a dying cat in the kitchen, but she didn't hear it. She was deep in the code. Marcus had left his laptop open again, careless, champagne drunk, still smelling of that influencer's vanilla musk perfume. He thought Elena was asleep. He thought a lot of things. The screen showed a private Slack channel. Merger War Room. Marcus saying, "Pump the numbers 48 hours before close. Bots are live, short sellers will get wrecked." Tiffany replying, "You're genius, baby," Porsche emoji. Elena's pulse didn't spike. It flattened. She'd learned that from her mother, a Cuban exile who'd survived 3 husbands and a revolution. Hot blood loses wars. Cold blood wins them. She screenshotted everything, cloned the repo, and burned it all to an encrypted drive the size of a postage stamp. 6 months earlier, the first time Marcus brought Tiffany Hayes to the house, he introduced her as the future of tech media. She wore a white vinyl mini and Louboutins, sharp enough to slice prosciutto. Elena, in a Stanford hoodie and glasses, shook her hand and smiled the way accountants smile at tax fraud, polite, lethal. That night, Elena opened a new Notion board titled Project Cold Fire. Evidence, leverage points, exit plan. She didn't cry, she calculated. Marcus Kane was VP of Growth at Nextlify, a $2 billion unicorn merging with Fortuna AI. The street loved it, but the truth was, Nextlify's growth was 60% bots. Revenue inflated through Cayman shells, and Marcus had shorted Fortuna the day before the pump. Elena knew because she'd built the analytics dashboard and the backdoor he'd forgotten existed. Now it was her scalpel. She went to her old mentor, Dr. Aisha Patel, the ghost who once exposed a $400 million ad fraud ring. Aisha asked, "Do you want to burn him or bury him?" "Both," Elena said, "but legally." Aisha smiled like a shark. "Then you need a whistleblower channel, a buyer, and a lifeboat." She handed her 3 cards. SEC Anonymous Tip Line, Sarah Kim, Fortuna AI Chief Ethics Officer, and Henderson Capital, future partner. Over the next 90 days, Elena became a ghost in her own marriage. She mirrored Marcus's phone, scraped Tiffany's IG stories, built a timeline, every lie, every trade, every betrayal. Marcus noticed nothing, too busy buying Rolexes and promising Tiffany a condo in Miami. Then came October 14th, 48 hours before the merger. Marcus in New York, Tiffany posting selfies on private jets, Elena at home wearing his "I closed WeWork" hoodie. Opened the Burner app and sent an email to Sarah Kim written in Sarah's own voice, exposing everything. She hit send at 2:11 a.m. and poured the Screaming Eagle down the sink. Day 1, pre-market, Fortuna halted. Nextlify down 28%. Day 2, SEC investigation, Tiffany unfollowed him. Day 3, merger canceled. Marcus fired, his Amex declined. He flew coach, middle seat. When he finally called Elena, she was in Henderson Capital's office. She put him on speaker. He said, "They took everything. The board, the investors, Tiffany blocked me. I'm broke. I know what you did. You ruined me." Elena said, "No, you ruined you. I just turned on the lights." 6 months later, Elena's new office overlooked Sandhill Road. Managing partner, forensics and integrity, $2.4 million signing on, 15% carry,
Tailored suits, short hair, older eyes. Marcus lived above a vape shop, cold calling for a solar scam. His Rolex pawned. Tiffany dating a crypto bro. Elena sold the penthouse, bought a mid-century in Marin, planted rosemary. It smelled like her mother's kitchen. One night, Marcus showed up drunk at her gate with a bottle of cheap champagne, begging for help, saying he had nothing. Please help me start over. She stepped onto the porch, fog swirling around her like dry ice, and said, "Start over, Marcus. You don't get a redemption arc. You get a consequence." She hit a button, the porch light went out, the gate locked. She didn't watch him leave. 1 year later, Elena's firm was valued at $180 million. She'd exposed 3 more frauds. The valley whispered her name like a prayer and a curse. Marcus, last seen driving Uber Black in a 2012 Prius, rating 4.71, 1 review, quiet, smells like regret. On the anniversary of the collapse, Elena flew to Havana, stood on the Malecon at dusk, and threw Marcus's wedding ring into the sea. The waves took it without a sound. Cold fire doesn't burn. It cleanses.